Hi, my name's Hannah and welcome to Energise. And for this class, you won't need anything in particular, but if you do like to use blocks in your practice, then I would have them to hand. Or alternatively, if you don't have blocks at home, then maybe some books would work just as well. But other than that, roll out your mat and we'll get started. So we're going to begin in a child's pose today. So meeting in a child's pose on the mat, we'll come to knees. Big toes meet. We're going to take the knees just as wide as the mat, sitting back on the heels, crawl the hands out in front as you lower the forehead to the earth. And we'll just spend a moment here just to start to kind of prep our body and our mind for the physical practice ahead. So take a second. And all I want you to do in this moment is notice your breath. Start to feel the flow of the inhale and the exhale. Maybe noticing any slight fluctuations of your breath, the natural rhythm just as it happens. Just with any yoga class, it's the breath that keeps us present. So creating a connection right at the beginning is going to help us to keep that connection throughout the flow. Breathing in and out through the nose. And as you breathe in this child's pose, maybe you notice some areas where your body meets the mat, or maybe where your body connects with other parts of your body. So maybe you feel the chest pressing into the earth as you breathe in. Maybe you feel the back body begin to rise. Perhaps it's the torso against the thighs that you feel. But again, just noticing that flow of breath in and out through the nose. Today is going to be an energizing class. We're focusing on not only energizing poses, but flowing through the movement in quite an energizing way. Remember, this is your practice and your time, so take breaks when you need to. Maybe have a drink of water to hand. And just listen to your body. Do what feels good for you today. And with that being said, we are going to begin the practice. So we're still in our child's pose. We want the forearms to be firmly on the mat. And all we're going to do is scoop the body through the hands and we'll come flat onto our stomach. You might want to shuffle the legs in a little bit closer, or you can keep them nice and wide if that's more comfortable for you. But we're going to take a breath in, start to press through the hands, squeeze the glutes, lift the chest just as high as feels good. So that might be a baby cobra, or if you feel ready for a full cobra, then go for it. And then as we exhale, we're going to sit back to the heels of the feet, bring the forehead down to the earth and come back into child's pose. We'll flow through that a few more times. So inhale, scoop the body, lift the chest. Exhale back into your child's pose. One more time. Inhale to scoop forward, lift the chest, and then exhale, sending it all the way back. Lovely. Coming up to 4-point kneeling now. So shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Spread those fingers wide. We're going to tuck the toes under, sit back on the heels, and then we'll lift the sit bones high, meeting in our downward facing dog. So take a moment here. Start to feel out the pose. Maybe you pedal out the feet. Just noticing how your body feels today. Our first downward facing dog of the practice is a really great indicator of what we need and what we don't need. So notice how you're feeling physically, emotionally, energetically. And when you're ready, we're going to take a soft bend in the knees and begin to walk those feet up towards the hands. Just taking as many steps as you need to get there. Coming into a ragdoll at the top, we'll soften through the knees, take a hold of opposite elbow, have a little bit of a sway from side to side. Again, maybe noticing some different areas of tension that you hadn't noticed in downward facing dog. Tension, tightness, discomfort, whatever you might be feeling. Lovely. Release the hands towards the earth. Let's start to slowly roll up through the spine. We're going to come all the way up to standing on our mat, meeting in mountain pose. Think about really grounding through the feet as you lift up through the crown of the head. Draw the shoulders down. With an inhale, let's sweep the arms up to the sky. Maybe you take the gaze with the fingertips, and then exhale, we're folding forward, reach down towards the earth. Inhale to create length, the hands come to shins or thighs. Exhale, plant the hands, let's step back into plank pose. Remember the knees can be down. Working through a vinyasa, inhale, we're shifting forward. Exhale, lower halfway. Take a breath in, lift the chest, lower the hips for your cobra. And then exhale, let's meet back in downward facing dog, taking 3 breaths here. Press firmly through the hands. Lift the sit bones high. Lovely. One more full breath. Softening into the knees if that feels better in your downward facing dog. Perfect. Walking the feet up towards the hands. Take an inhale. Create some length. Lift up halfway. Exhale, folding forward, back into your forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Let's come all the way up to standing. We're going to go straight for our second round. Exhale, folding forward. Let go of tension in the neck. Inhale to create length. Exhale, back into your plank pose. We've got our vinyasa. So inhale, shifting forward. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, up into cobra pose. And then exhale back into downward facing dog. We've got those 3 rounds of breath here. The temptation as we come into downward facing dog is to move and fidget, but see if you can find some stillness in this pose. One more full breath. Lovely. Taking a breath in, we're going to make our way up to the top of the mat, finding length, lift up halfway. Exhale, release back into your fold, let go of tension in the neck. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. We're coming all the way back up to standing. One last round. Exhale, let's fold. Inhale to create length. Exhale, back into your plank. Working through your vinyasa. Follow your breath this time, working at your own speed. We're meeting in downward facing dog. We've got those 3 rounds of breath. Breathing deeply in through the nose and out through the nose. Lovely. One more time. That's perfect. Taking a breath in, we're going to raise the right leg up to the sky for 3-legged dog. As you exhale, step the right foot in between the hands. We're coming into a low lunge position, so left knee drops. Taking a breath in, interlace the fingers, sweep the arms behind you as you open across the chest. Straight away as we exhale, we're going to release the hands, bringing them to the inside of the right foot. Walking the hands round to the back of the mat. As you pivot on your left knee, we're going to lengthen through our right leg, turning those right toes to face the long edge. Left hand comes down as we inhale, right arm sweeps up and over. Lift the hips nice and high. Well done, guys. On our exhale, let's take the right hand down to the earth. We're coming onto the ball of the right foot now. Pressing through the hands, bring that left knee up towards the nose. You are facing the back of the mat. Inhale, we're back in 3-legged dog. Lift that left leg high. Exhale, shift forward. Left knee, left tricep. Lovely. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Just one of those today. Exhale, we'll place the left foot in between the hands. Back into low lunge on the opposite side. Let's drop the right knee. Take an inhale, sweep the arms behind you, lift the chest. And then as we exhale, we're going to plant the hands down to the inside of the left foot. We're coming back to the top of the mat, walking the hands all the way around, pivoting on that right knee. Lengthen through the left leg. Inhale, left arm sweeps up and over this time. Exhale, place that left hand down to the mat. Come onto the ball of the left foot. Press through the hands, right knee to nose. Well done. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, right tricep. Inhale, back into 3-legged. As you exhale, let's meet back in downward facing dog. We're going to take it on the opposite side. So with a breath in, the left leg goes up to the sky. And as we exhale, left foot between the hands. Back into low lunge. You know where you're going this time. Let's follow our breath. Inhale, sweep the arms back. Exhale, plant the hands down. Walking the hands to the back of the mat. Inhale, left arm goes overhead. Exhale, plant that left hand down. Bringing our right knee towards the nose. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, right tricep. Inhale, back into 3-legged. Exhale, stepping forward. Low lunge, left knee drops. Take an inhale, sweep the arms back. One last time. Exhale, hands to the inside of the right foot. We're coming back to the top of the mat. As we breathe in, the right arm goes overhead. And as we exhale, right hand meets the mat. Left knee to nose this time. Squeeze that left thigh in. Inhale, 3-legged. Exhale, left knee to tricep, almost there. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lovely, well done, guys. Taking an inhale, let's step, jump, or walk to the top of our mat. And as we exhale, we're gonna come back into our forward fold. Perfect, well done. Take a moment here. Come back to your breath, find your center again, find your focus. Lovely. Okay, let's swoop the arms behind us. We're going to interlace the fingers together. Just let the arms fall overhead. So we're working into our shoulders as well as our hamstrings here. This does take the pressure onto the hamstrings a little bit more. So if you want to, you can soften the knees, and that might feel a little bit more comfortable in this position. It definitely feels better for me. One more inhale. One more exhale. Lovely. Let's release the hands down towards the mat. Softening through the knees. We're going to roll up through the spine, and we'll come all the way back up to standing. Well done, guys. Lovely. Okay. So finding our mountain pose, think about grounding through the feet. We are going to come into a balance. And we're going to start with our right leg as our standing leg. So really grounding down. We'll come onto the ball of the left foot just to shift some weight over to the right side. And then lifting our left foot away from the mat, we're going to squeeze that left heel towards the glute. We'll bring our right hand to our right hip just to begin with. It can stay here for the duration of this, but there is another option. Let's take a hold of our left foot with our left hand. Good, and we are coming into dancer's pose. So for this one, you want to make sure that we're keeping our chest lifted. So let's squeeze the shoulder blades together. And we want to keep this action going for the entirety that we're in this pose. Shoulder blades squeezed together. When you're ready, we'll start to press that left foot into our left hand and away from the body. And the temptation here is to let your chest drop down towards the earth, but try and keep it lifted. This is a heart-opening pose. Feel free to stay here, or if you want to, we can reach that right arm up to the sky. Lovely, well done, guys. Nice, let's release the left foot. Draw the left knee in towards the chest as you inhale. As we exhale, we'll step our left foot to the back of the mat. We're coming into high lunge. Take a breath in, sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, we're going to twist towards the right. The arms come to shoulder height. Inhale, let's move through center. Exhale, left arm forward, right arm back. You're in your twist. One more time. Inhale through center. Exhale to twist. Lovely. Take a breath in, come back into high lunge. As you exhale, drop the back heel. We're going to open up into our warrior two, just for one inhalation. Exhale, let's reverse. So left hand, left leg. Your right arm reaches all the way back. Perfect. As we inhale, we'll come up through center. Exhale, wimble the arms down to the inside of the right foot. We're coming to the back of the mat now. So walking the hands all the way around to the back, framing your left foot. We're back in our high lunge. Take an inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. As you exhale, we'll come back into our twist, but this time hold it here. Take a breath in just to find some length. As we exhale, our right hand is going to come down onto the mat. We're going to push off the right foot, lift the right leg away from the earth. Left arm stays reaching up towards the sky. Revolved half moon. It's a tricky one, but you've got it. You can always use a block here if you want to. One more inhale. Exhale. Right foot comes behind the left foot. We're crossing at the ankles, bringing the pinky toes towards each other. Take an inhale. Find some length. Lift up halfway. Exhale, folding forward. Lovely, well done. Stepping the feet to the back of the mat. We're going to work through a vinyasa. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Squeeze those elbows in. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale back into downward facing dog. Perfect. Well done, guys. Nice. To the top of the mat. Inhale, step, jump, or walk. Exhale, forward folding. Lovely. Okay, let's sweep the arms behind us. Interlace the fingers together. We're going to create that basket grip with the hands once more. See if you can squeeze the heels of the hands together here as well, just to increase the stretch into the shoulders. Lovely. One more inhale. Well done, guys. One more exhale. Nice. Release the hands down towards the mat. And let's come all the way back up to standing. So opposite side, we're coming back into our mountain pose, working with dancer's pose. So this time your left leg is your standing leg. We're going to come onto the ball of our right foot. Lifting the right foot away, squeeze that right heel towards the glute. Left hand to hip to begin with. Let's take a hold of our right foot. Find your focus point, find your drishti. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the chest. And then when you're ready, we can start to lift that back foot, that right foot, keeping that chest lifted if you can. Maybe reaching the left arm up to the sky. Lovely. Right knee comes back up towards the chest. Take a breath in. Exhale. Let's step our right foot to the back of the mat. We're coming back into high lunge. Nice, guys. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, twist. We've been here before. We've got another 3, so follow your breath. Maybe sinking a little lower on the exhale. One more time. Perfect. Well done. Inhale through center. Exhale, we're opening up into warrior 2. The back heel drops, the arms come to shoulder height. Take a breath in. Exhale to reverse. Left arm reaches back this time. Lovely, guys. Inhale through center. And as we exhale, wimble the arms. Come to the inside of that left leg. We're coming back to the front of our mat now. Walk the hands around. We're on the ball of the back foot. Take an inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, twist towards the right. We're holding it in this twist this time. Take a breath in. Lengthen up through the spine. Exhale, left hand meets the mat. We've got that revolved half moon. So if you are using blocks today, maybe grab one now. Pushing off the left foot. Lift the left leg, right arm stays reaching up. I find in this one, by squaring my left hip a little further towards the mat, I'm able to rotate in my spine a little bit more. One more inhale. Exhale, left foot behind the right foot. We're crossing at the ankles. Take a breath in to find length. Exhale, folding forward. Lovely, well done. Stepping back, planting the hands. Let's work through our vinyasa. Perfect, well done, guys. Nice. Coming into downward facing dog. Well done, guys. Release the knees to the earth. Let's bring the big toes to touch. Take the knees a little bit wider. And we'll meet in our child's pose. Take a second here. So that is the bulk of the class done. We do have a little bit more to go. But just take a moment just to reconnect. It's always nice to have a second during the class to really consciously come back to your breath. A moment of stillness, just so you can really focus on your inhales and exhales and bringing your awareness inward. Fabulous. Well done, guys. Lovely. Okay. We're going to come all the way back up to seated, and we'll make our way back into downward facing dog. So, inhale, we'll raise the right leg to the sky. And as you exhale, let's step our right foot in between the hands. You can always shuffle that right foot forward with the right hand if you need to. But we're going to walk the hands back to the center of the mat. I'm currently facing away from you, but that's okay. Toes point to the long edge. If you want to use blocks here, then of course you can. We're just going to take an inhale to create some length, and then as we exhale, we're folding forward. We're coming into a wide-legged forward fold. We are going to spend a moment here. So hands can be on blocks. There's lots of variations that you can do with your arms in this pose. I personally like to just kind of chill out here. But if you want to walk the hands through the legs, then that is an option. We can hold onto the ankles or the calves if that feels good. Interlacing the fingers behind us might feel good as well, just like we did at the top of the mat. What I do want you to notice here, though, is where you're holding the weight in the feet. So for a lot of us, automatically, we bring the weight to the heels of the feet, whereas actually in this stretch or in this pose, we want it to be evenly across the foot. So you might need to shift the weight forward just a tiny bit. And I always find that when I do that, I do notice a slight change in the stretch. I can feel it kind of working a little higher up in the hamstrings towards the glutes. Nice, 2 more breaths. One less breath. Perfect. Softening through the knees as you walk the hands back to the top of the mat. We're just going to step back into downward facing dog. We'll take it on the opposite side. So inhale, the left leg lifts. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Nice. Walking the hands to the center of the legs. This time we're going to take the hands over to our right leg first of all. We'll place our left hand to the outside of our right leg. So that could be your ankle, your shin, your calf, just wherever feels most comfortable. And then with an inhale, we'll reach our right arm up to the sky. So you're drawing your chest towards that right thigh, but also rotating and opening that top shoulder. Again, just breathing. The knees can be soft here as well. That is always an option in our folds. One more inhale. Exhale, bring it all the way back down. We'll walk it over to the opposite side. So right hand to the outside of your left leg. And then our left arm reaches up this time. Same idea. We're drawing the chest towards the thigh to get the stretch into the hamstring, but we're also opening across the chest as well. One more inhale. Exhale, releasing all the way down. Lovely. Soften through the knees, walk the hands to the top of the mat. Let's step back into downward facing dog. We're going to take an inhale, rippling forward into plank pose. And as we exhale, we'll just lower all the way down onto the mat now. Let's keep our left hand underneath our left shoulder. We're going to reach our right arm out to the right side of the room. If you don't quite have the space at home, that's okay. We can bend at the elbow and create a cactus arm shape instead. Either way, it works into the same place. But we're going to lift our left leg away from the mat. This one's called broken wing. It works into opening into the shoulder. Let's bend that right knee, or left knee, sorry. Pressing into the left hand, we're going to roll over onto the right hip, the right shoulder, and we'll take our left foot all the way over to the right side of the room. This is quite a restorative pose, so we are going to stay here for just a little bit of time. We can relax the head down onto the mat. Maybe relax that left leg if that's more comfortable. This is more about kind of the shoulder and the chest than it is the lower half of the body, so don't worry too much there. One more inhale. One more exhale. Lovely. Carefully, let's roll all the way back around onto the stomach. We're going to swap it over to the opposite side. So right hand under the shoulder this time. Lift the right leg away, bend the knee, press through the right hand to roll over onto the left side of the body. Just taking a moment here. I find that for most people, this is quite a feel-good pose, just because you're working into the shoulder, which feels quite nice, kind of increasing the mobility in the joint there. But also there's a little bit of rotation in the spine, which always feels good. If you've got this top leg lifted, then you'll feel a little bit of hip opening as well. One more breath. Lovely. Let's bring it all the way back onto the stomach. Hands underneath the shoulders now. We'll push up onto the knees. We're going to come to a kneeling position on the mat. We'll just take an inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, bend the elbows, squeeze the shoulder blades together. We'll take one more breath in. Exhale, bring the forearms to touch, round through the spine. Inhale, we'll open back into that cactus arm shape. Exhale, forearms touch around in the spine. One more time. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. Lovely. Perfect. Let's bring the hands out in front and we'll just make our way to a seat on the mat now. So lengthening the legs out, we're going to come all the way down onto our backs. So you can always shuffle forward if you need to. Just make sure the heels are at the top of the mat. The arms reach out in front. We're going to start to slowly roll down through the spine, coming all the way down onto our backs. Lovely. Once you get there, let's hug the knees into the chest, squeezing them towards the body. Maybe have a little rock from side to side if it feels good. Perfect. Just noticing how you feel right now. Hopefully a little bit more energized. Maybe you feel ready for your day if you're doing it right at the beginning. Maybe this was a boost that you needed partway through the day. Lovely. We're going to finish with a happy baby today. So taking our hands to the inside of the feet, we're going to keep a nice deep bend in the knees and just draw them down towards the earth. You can carry on rocking from side to side here if you want to. Feels quite nice for the spine and the lower back especially. If it doesn't feel good to hold on to the feet and you feel yourself straining and the head lifting, then you can always take a hold of the ankles, the shins, or even the thighs here as well. It creates the same sensation, so whatever feels best. Softening through the shoulders, maybe closing down the eyes now as we come towards the end of the class. Nice. Let's release the feet. We're going to lengthen the legs all the way out onto the earth. Coming into Savasana, our final resting pose. Maybe taking up a little bit more space if that feels good. Either resting the arms down beside you or maybe placing the hands to the lower belly. I know for some people that's preferred. Whatever works for you. But we're just going to finish with 3 rounds of some energizing, joyful breath. And all we need to do for this is take a deep inhale through the nose, a really deep inhale. So you're trying to fill all of your lungs and all of your body with your breath. And then as we exhale, we'll open the mouth and sigh the breath out to release. So let's take a nice deep inhale together. Exhale, let it go. We've got 2 more of those. Once you finish that last breath, you can just let it come back into its natural rhythm. We are going to spend a moment here in Savasana just to let our body absorb and download everything that we did. Letting the physical body just release onto the mat. And maybe you start to let go of your breath now and the mind starts to wander. Knowing that there's nothing left for you to do right now other than to rest. We're just going to take a moment to thank and honor our body for the practice that it's given us today. I'm going to finish the class right here, but feel free to stay a little bit longer if you want to. Thank you for the energy that you've given me today. Namaste.